Hey, what's going on? Welcome to MPS Neighborhood, a program designed for students and staff to learn about each other and the community that they live in and build cross-cultural bridges. My name is Derek Francis, and I'm honored to be the manager of counseling for Minneapolis Public Schools. To get us started with today's activity, I want you to think about what are some holidays that you celebrate. All right. Start thinking of the newest national holiday, and that would be Juneteenth. What is Juneteenth? Have you heard of it? We're gonna ask some students to share.
Have you heard of Juneteenth?
No. It's a celebration that's celebrated in June.
New national holiday called Juneteenth. Do you know what Juneteenth? Have you heard of Juneteenth before?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. What do you think Juneteenth is?
Juneteenth is when you celebrate June.
Today, we are going to celebrate our country's history through learning about Juneteenth. We will reflect on the reason for the holiday and how you can take part in observing and celebrating and commemorating Juneteenth. I know this is not a topic that I learned about growing up in school, so I'm glad for the opportunity to guide us through a discussion and dialogue about Juneteenth. For some, having a conversation about race and racism can be hard and uncomfortable. But I appreciate you for taking the chance to come here and learn and grow so that we can make our city a more inclusive place. What originally was a holiday mainly observed by Texans has grown to be recognized all over the country. Each year on Juneteenth, or more formally Juneteenth National Freedom Day, or Jubilee Day, communities around the United States gather and celebrate and reflect the history of slavery and struggle for civil rights and equality in the United States. Today I have with me the local Midwest and State Director of the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation. He has spent over 30 years being involved with Juneteenth celebrations here in Minnesota. I'd like to welcome you, Lee Jordan.
My name is Lee Henry Jordan, and I am the Midwest and State Director for the National Juneteenth.
So recently in 2021, Juneteenth became the 12th federal holiday. So what is Juneteenth?
I would say Juneteenth is a celebration of freedom.
We've come a long way, baby, but freedom is a journey, not a destination. We've had a lot to say, but words can be misspoken and fall to misinterpretation.
And as we say, from the National Juneteenth standpoint, if you believe in freedom, you should be celebrating Juneteenth. And freedom can be our common bond. It was 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed that the remaining slaves, found out about their freedom. And part of that story is in Galveston, Texas. But due to the fact that we're talking the rebellious states period that held on to their slaves, there's actually a Juneteenth celebration throughout each state. The idea of freedom came at different points because there were the 13, colonies or states that actually were rebellious. So freedom came at a different point in time for each and every one of them. Yeah. So that's why it's important to have a Juneteenth celebration so that people can talk about their freedom stories within their own state. Because even Minnesota, has its own freedom story that can be told. It is a matter of doing a little bit of research, asking the right questions. As I like to say, Juneteenth has you asking all the right questions.
This is my America. This is my America.
The celebration, within the Twin Cities and so forth, I'd say it's always been a community, celebration, supporting Black businesses, because there were a lot of, let's say, up-and-coming Black businesses that were a part of the Juneteenth celebration, because that really was the only time they could actually sell their merchandise, per se, to a group of people that looked like them.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The first Juneteenth was at Bethune Park, and the legacy, of the people, and I can't go through all the names, but Michael Chaney, Setu Jones, Jolene Jackson, So we're some of the, the founding people of Juneteenth here in the Twin Cities.
When we invite people who it's not connected to their history, like for instance, someone invited me to St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, I just know if people are gonna go hang out on a Saturday. So that's why if we're inviting people, we have to make sure it's rooted in educating them. Or else, as a lot of, I mean, look at the national holidays we have, they have a theme to them.
If you could imagine, all of a sudden you have been on a plantation for the majority of your life. And generations of your family has been the same thing. Generation after generation, you've brought into this situation. But now all of a sudden you have been told that you're free. How do you define something that you have no idea what it means?
Right.
Because you've been told when you had to, when you had to go to sleep, when you could eat, when you, and so forth and so on. So freedom was not like a concept that was just so readily known or understood. So when we talk about the end of slavery in America, that yes, that is a big component of the Juneteenth celebration. So we're not excluding anyone, within that, but it is a big part of what Juneteenth is. It is this commemoration of the end of slavery here in America.
And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
I am not, I repeat, I am not a victim, of the descendants of slavery. I am a descendant of the survivors of slavery. And that gives me a whole new strength that, and even at 65, it still inspires me to get up every single day and do the things that I know that I can do because I have the freedom to do so.
So why does this matter?
It matters from the standpoint of getting a better understanding of what freedom means here in America. In the United States, it gives us a better understanding because once again, we all came here at different points and we were brought here in different ways. But Juneteenth can actually be a bridge in communicating once again, the definition of freedom, the definition of what your freedom story is. And that's the other thing. When you come to Juneteenth, come with, if you're another culture, come with your freedom story to add it to the bigger picture. Bring in what freedom means to you, and we can find that common bond that we have. And once we do that, then the world would be and can be a better place.
As a school counselor, I'm passionate about helping students find what career they want to do. What do you want to be, dream? And so the freedom to be able to dream to be whatever career you want to be. There's no stifling on it, saying you have to be this because of the color of your skin. You can be whatever profession you want, and you can dream. What are some practical ways people can celebrate Juneteenth this year?
I have a Facebook page and a website, called Juneteenth Speaks. So I put a lot of the information of the Juneteenth celebrations going on. Find the Juneteenth celebration in your area.
Cool, well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
thank
you
you.
helping students and families and staff in Minneapolis learn about Juneteenth.
Thanks so much, Lee Jordan, for coming and sharing your knowledge with us here in Minneapolis Public Schools. Let's take a look at how Juneteenth was celebrated last year. As you're watching, think of ways that you could celebrate.
Juneteenth, a celebration of the day in 1865 when the last American slaves found out that they were free after the Civil War. And for the first year, it is now recognized as a federal holiday. WCCO's Marielle Mose shows us the unique ways that Minnesotans are commemorating this day.
The Minnesota ensemble Sounds of Blackness filled the atmosphere around the state capitol Saturday afternoon as a diverse group of people gathered to celebrate Juneteenth.
Use this Juneteenth holiday to continue the push for equality and freedom for all. If you like this video, first thing you can do is hit like, also subscribe, and continue to see what other videos we have on the Minneapolis Public Schools YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this episode of MPS Neighborhood. I look forward to seeing you around the neighborhood next time.